Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the cast with the most opinions and the least information. Thanks for joining us in the study of what it means to be human and where exactly does your poop go after you flush it. Please enjoy the show as we explore these topics and many more with the crew that is We Regret This Already. Howdy, howdy. We are live. Welcome to We Regret This Already live episode. We're doing these live episodes once a week. I want to get more involved in the community and say what's up. Try to get somebody to say what's up. How's it going, everybody? It's your boy, Bobby, with We Regret This. And a lot has happened. I got a lot to talk about. I don't know what I'll get to because who knows? I haven't even made my coffee yet. I'll probably have to go do that here in a second. Not ready at all for the live episodes, but hey, we're getting it. We'll figure it. We'll figure it out, dude, one way or the other. So we're at war with Iran. There's some stuff going on. This is a normal household, goddammit. So we're at war with Iran, and that's some interesting notion. I was just talking about Mexico. And now we're talking about Iran. I feel like Mexico didn't get the attention that it deserved, as far as the whole cartel thing and the El Mencho, and the way the president reacted and what's going on over there. There's no coverage because everything's about Iran right now, which is to be expected. But yeah, I just figured there I don't know, I guess I was hoping to get a little more resolution there. I feel like I haven't gotten resolution for one, but I'm escaping me on the word right now. Gonna roll me a cigarette. Got me some Peter Stokkebys. Don't commonly smoke, so when I do, I prefer a good cigarette. A nice Peter Stokes. If you know, then you know. So yeah, Iran and Mexico. Like I said, I'm kind of bummed out. The closure, that's the word I needed. There's no closure in Mexico as far as what's going on with El Mencho. And I want the closure. I want that sweet, sweet closure. I don't know. So Iran, it's all fine and dandy, but like I said, there was zero things um that have been resolved in Mexico. So yeah, like I said, El Mencho. Look at that sweet old stogie. This is a cigarette. In case anyone, oh, y'all saw me roll it. Never mind. Um. So yeah, we got El Mencho in Mexico, and of course um, Ali Khamenei in Iran doing his thing. So I feel like I said, I want some closure to Mexico. I want to see what's up with that. The last episode I did, episode 26, we were basically just kind of going. I couldn't figure out the audio, but I think I got it now. Hopefully, who cares? Um, but yeah, we were basically just watching clips after clips of El Mencho, the new generation cartel, kind of arming up, getting ready for war, and yeah, I guess we saw a bunch of shootouts in the street. We saw um, just live gunfire, and and then like the very next day, out of nowhere, we invade Iran, which we'll get into. But right now, I want to talk about Mexico. Really want to get into why why it bothers me and why I keep going back. If you look at a few of the episodes, I've been talking about this for 3 months, 4 months, you know, Mexican cartels being a problem and that American government would have to intervene. And we did. Uh Kind of in a backhanded way too, because see you have what happened with Maduro, and then we give this intel to the Mexican president Scheinbaum and say, hey, if you don't use it, we're gonna Maduro you pretty much. I mean, I allegedly, it's speculation, um, but I mean it's not far fetched, you know. So Mexican President Scheinbaum. Yeah, let's see how that plays out. I'm gonna start paying a little more attention. I want to see if maybe I could see if there's any news. I doubt that there would be. Honestly, we haven't seen any coverage from this on this from the beginning. So whether it would be some now, I'm not gonna. I'll do a little bit of research next time and see how that plays out. As far as what is what's really happening in Mexico. I really would like to get some nationals here, some Mexican born nationals on the show. Texans and Mexicans have a very tight knit relationship. So this is a Texas based show. We should have way more Mexicans on this show than we do, which I don't know. I mean, anyway, it's neither here nor there. Let's talk about Iran. So we got Ayatollah. We got the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Um, and they immediately started, retaliating, bombing our bases. As of today, I think there's either 4 or 6 U.S. armed forces that have been declared dead. Um, that's a damn shame. I saw that, the information of them going around on the socials, and my heart goes out for those service members. I've got a step kid who's in the Air Force, or Navy, whichever one. He's in the Navy. I think. Yeah, he's in the Navy. But my other stepkid wants to be in the Air Force. So, goddamn, it hits close to home here in San Antonio as far as um any war, because we're military city, USA. We got a lot of military bases, and hell, Universal City is Purple Heart city. I mean, we've been strong and always have been strong in the military community. Um, so it hits us a little differently in San Antonio. We have family members actively serving, and we have friends that we know, and yeah, it's with that being said, it's still a patriotic pride, as it were, to uphold this kind of patriotism. I mean, it's a gauntlet that we wear proudly. You know, I didn't get to serve. That honor wasn't mine, but I definitely tried to. There was some little bit of stuff that got in the way of that, but we all serve in our own way. Um, so yeah, it sucks. We're at war. There's a lot of speculation. I know Kaushi is talking about like a pretty good percentage that it's going to be over soon. Let's see. I guess we can go over. We can go over to the marketplace of ideas that is Kaushi and see what is happening. Let's see here. Ba, 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 ba. There it is, Kaushi. Let's go there. I know you can't see my screen, but I'll put it up shortly. Good. All right. Boom. There's your screen. So let's take a look at what we see. Hold on. Let me get my other screen up on here, dude. Sorry, guys. I am ill prepared for this live stream. Drop a what's up in the chat or whatever. Let me know who's watching the stream. I need as much assistance as possible. Give me the love. Drop a thumbs up. Get you a pull. Salami, eggs, and bacon. That's what's up. Hey man, assalamu alaikum to you too, my brethren. Let's see what Kaushi says. Kaushi. What are we even talking about? Oh, we were talking about the war. Politics, I guess. Oh man, speaking about politics, yesterday was election day. Well, not election day. It was the primaries. And I was a whole, I don't know, 2.5 hours in line. Hey, look at that. Brandon Herrera took the District 23 Republican nominee. That's what's up. Shout out to Brandon Herrera. I don't follow you enough, but I definitely I'm paying attention to what you're doing. He's over here calling out those I don't want to get into it too much because I don't know too much. But he's definitely calling out these politicians and the dirty scheming and whatnot and what's going on, which I can always respect. So, sorry about that. Let me put some silence. Silence, I say. Good. Give me a good in the comments. Good. What the hell did I come to Kaushi for? Oh yeah. Let's see. I ran so far away. Let's see if there's a search. Let's see. Yep, right there. I ran. Let's see. Who will be the next supreme leader? Mojadeda Mojtaba. Oh shit, I'm not even gonna try that. Let's see. U.S. Iran nuclear deal. Nope. Um, let's see. How long will this conflict last? That's what I want to know. I must have missed it. Who will be the next supreme leader? Who will effectively close? Will Iran effectively close the Strait of Hormuz for 7+ days? That's a pretty good bet. U.S. nuclear deal. Will Reza Pahlavi lead Iran? There's a lot of speculation saying no. Reza Pahlavi looks like negatory, but will he visit? Damn, you ain't even gonna visit, brother. Jesus, how could you leave the place you don't even go to? Yeah, I don't see anything as far as how long this conflict will last. Well, boop, boop, boop. Well, oh well. I guess we'll never know. I guess I could look up here and try Polymarket. I'm sure it's here. I don't know where to look. I'm not familiar with it. Let's see here. Will the Iran regime fall by June 30th? Um, That's what was I looking up? Oh yeah, how long will this last? Let's see. Let's click on Polymarket's Iran section. Let's see. UN Iran ceasefire by, let's see. Yeah, let's check out this ceasefire one. I guess that's the closest to our question. June 30th, May 3rd, May. So it's looking like a 3-month conflict. March the 15th, so 2 weeks from now, looks like less likely. The end of the month, about a 30% chance. Let's see, next month, at the end of next month, more likely into summer. So we're looking about like a 3-month exchange here, possibly 4. Well, we'll take a look at that. It turns out it's not falling as quick as it was supposed to, I reckon. Hey, what's up? Shout out to the Del Greco. Yeah, I guess it's not I guess it wasn't as easy as just shooting a bomb over there and just like killing a few ayatollahs. Who would have thunk it, you know? Apparently those guys got some firepower. So that's what it's looking like. It looks like it might last a little while. So settle in. And if you have some extra coin, you might want to go ahead and put it on the poly market for about 90 days, I'd say. That's a pretty safe bet. Seems to be. So yeah, there's that. There's the Iran war, cuz now we're at war. There's a lot of, I guess you can say, nonsense about what you would want to declare what. Okay, so I remember when the Russians invaded Ukraine, there was actual argument about whether you call it an operation or a war. Is it an occupation? And so, yeah, Russia just kept saying, no, this is just an operation. This is just an operation. It's not a war. I guess that's the beauty of the geopolitics. You know, you don't really want to. You're clearly at war. You're bombing them. They're bombing you. You're in a fight. But you don't want to call it war. The moment you call it war, then you put a face to it. Then you make it real. Also, then you have to answer to, I reckon, some sort of UN nonsense, some sort of diplomatic fallback. But it's semantics. I mean, whether you call it a war, an operation, an occupation, it is a fight between nations. And I don't know what other word you could use to describe such a conflict. Um, with that being said, trying to, I guess, argue over semantics, like whether it's a war or an operation or what to call it, or it's a waste of time, and it's useless. Um, yeah, one thing that is important to note that I keep anytime I hear anything that Trump does, it's always illegal. Like he's whatever he's doing, it's illegal. He's got an illegal invasion, an illegal attack, an illegal everything he does, um, which I find hard to believe. Uh, since the fact that I mean he answers to the Supreme Court. You know, I mean the Supreme Court just said something about his tariffs, um, and pretty much deemed them, I guess, followed out improperly. You know, like he can do tariffs. He just has to do procedure differently or what have you. Um, so there's that. The other thing is that it's weird how they keep covering, I guess, the death of the Ayatollah differently. You know, in some stations you'll see riot after riot after riot of Muslim extremists who are really pissed about the Ayatollah being murdered. And then on the other hand, you have celebration after celebration where you see all these Iranian and American flags and they're saying thank you, Trump. And just last year, you know, I made an episode about being extra aware of what's going on with the underlying message of these protests. What is actually being said? Who's actually paying for this stuff? And the lines are so damn blurry. I can't tell, man. I can't tell what's going on. As far as I can tell, though, I mean, there's always going to be Muslim extremists. There's always going to be Christian extremists, leftist extremists, um, Nazi extremists. It doesn't matter what group you're from. There's going to be some sort of somebody who either takes it way out of context or tries to become a martyr for the cause. So I don't know. It's gotten a little sticky lately, especially when it comes to the protest. How the hell do all those protests? Where are those flags coming from? Those Iranian or the American flags? Who the hell is funding those flags? Where do they come from? Um, it just seems to pop up out of nowhere. I mean, honestly, if I was in any of these countries with all these protests, I would pop up a flag selling booth and I would sell to both sides. That would make a lot of money. I mean, why not? It's a damn shame that somebody's not doing that already. Dixie Flag Co. should definitely get in on that. Um, yeah, I think I would set up a little flag selling booth at all these protests. I mean, there's some money to be made here, ladies and gentlemen. Um, so yeah, weary of the protests for sure. Looking a little young in the cam here. Shaved a little too much off today, but it's all right. It'll be back to its full glory soon. So, um, yeah, the Irans, they closed the old Strait of Hormuz. We sunk 11 of their boats, which is pretty, I guess, American, pretty balls to the wall as far as that aggression goes. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be enough to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. Um, the Strait of Hormuz is about I don't know, 20% of the oil comes through there. So that's why everybody keeps talking about this inflation of gas prices and oil prices and whatnot. So yeah, I don't know. Stock up on some on all the on the gasoline. Try to hit up all the tanks that you can. Fill your tanks. Um, because we might get a little bit of increase on there. But see, the interesting thing about the Strait of Hormuz and the Iranian naval fleet is that although we sunk all their ships, their capability to stop other ships in the strait is based off of around their smaller, faster, more agile fleet, which is tinier boats that kind of get in, get out, harass these boats real quick, like, and that's how they're able to shut down that waterway. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to take a look at exactly how to reopen that thing up if we're gonna not see any gas prices. If we're not gonna suffer from that, there's the cost of war. I'm still proud to be American. Still glad I voted yesterday. Like I said, 2.5 hours. Brendan Herrera, not in my district, but I would have voted for that dude just because of everything he stands for. Speaking out about politicians and whatnot. I mean, we need more of that. There's also there was a recent report of let's see, what do we have here? It was an Austin reporter who was, hold on, let me pull this up. Austin reporter who reported on the Iranian celebration right here in Austin, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. True journalism still exists. Vinny Martirano. Let's see if we can get that that video up. Austin reporter. Let's see if we can pull this up. All right. See if I can play this. I don't know here. This guy right here. He I guess that's just a picture. Maybe I can find a video. Here we go. Video, 19 seconds. Let's go. No, that's just a screenshot. All right, well, yeah, let me see if I can just pull it up on the YouTubes. Jesus Christ. All right, pull it up on the Twitters or what have yous. Yeah, this guy, like I said, he's based out of Austin. He was reporting on the Iranian celebration that was taking place, and he received a message from the cameraman saying that they don't want him to report on it. I'm sorry, I got super slow internet here. Let me just Jesus Christ. Oh, that is a video. God damn it. Here we go. Well, I am. I'm gonna play that again just in case you couldn't hear it.
Well, I am. There's a lot of mixed opinions across Austin about the joint attack between the United States and Israel against Iran that happened early this morning. Some people, like this group behind me, are thanking Trump and the United States government for following through with this attack. mixed opinions across Austin.